Welcome back to another video. Today, it's just going to be kind of a vlog, sharing some updates, some things I've been thinking about, some things I'm working on in the agency, and talking about just growing through chaos, which I've had a lot of thoughts about, something I'm definitely feeling right now, and I just want to talk about it. First, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching and engaging and following me on Instagram and sending me notes. So great to know that this content is helping some people out there. I've also had some people ask if I'm offering coaching, and I try not to talk about it too much. If I had all the money in the world, I would love to make videos and have nothing to sell, just try to help people. But unfortunately, I'm not in that place right now. So while I do hope that these videos can provide as much value to as many people as possible, I am offering coaching as a part of my agency to help other people, and coaching allows me to make more of these videos. So anyways, we've got the Porsche back, it's got its lift, got its new wheels and tires, it needs an alignment. I'm trying to get that as soon as possible. I've got a meeting with one of the guys. We've got awful weather outside right now, so there's some things are up in the air as far as what's happening today, but I'm going to bring the camera, share some thoughts, and hopefully provide some value, so enjoy. All right, I've been getting a lot of questions in terms of how do I grow my agency? And I try not to be too harsh or critical, and I don't like to make any assumptions. I know I can make marketing recommendations, which I've been doing, but I just want to share this because I think this really gets to the point of it, and I'll probably make other videos about this soon. But let's say, I'm going to unpack this, but I think it comes down to work harder, do better. I know that sounds incredibly insensitive, and I'm going to unpack this. I didn't sketch this out before, so you'll have to bear with my messy sketches here. But let's say, and again, this all comes down to supply and demand, which let me unpack for a second. Let's say we want to open up a pizza shop, and we're going to have town 1, town 2. In town 1, there are no pizza shops. There is a lot of love for pizza, and everyone talks with each other. Everyone knows everyone. All right, now we're going to town 2. Tons of pizza shops. Very good pizza. Let's just say word doesn't travel fast. And let's see, I think there was something else I was going to share. The last thing we'll just say is there are very good marketers here. All right, so let's think about this. If you are going to start a pizza place in town number 1, you are going to grow incredibly fast. You will probably not be able to make enough pizza to feed everyone. Everyone's going to find out about you. They love pizza. Maybe we say they have low standards. I don't know. You won't have to market. You won't have to try hard. You are going to have a thriving business. Just putting down here, the main point is supply and demand. You can see where I'm going with this. Town number 2, tons of pizza places, very good pizza, word doesn't travel well, and they're very good at marketing. That's going to be so difficult. And I really don't think what we do as real estate photographers is any different. Just think about how you would operate if you were in these two different scenarios. If you're in town 2, you are going to be grinding to make the best pizza possible. If they're good marketers, if you want to get your name out there, you're going to have to come up with new marketing strategies. You're going to have to get creative. You're going to probably have to give a lot of pizza away. It's going to be a difficult business model for town 2. Town 1, you're going to be raking in the money. Consider town 1 had lots of pizza places. Lots of pizza, but bad marketing. Now, you can probably step into town 2, and if you do a really good job marketing, even if your pizza's on par with everyone else, you probably can have a decent business. You have to consider your competition. And I don't think photographers, creatives like to think about this. They think, oh, if I can just run a business, if I just do the things, and then I can be creative and have clients. But it doesn't work like that in the real world, I don't think. Maybe it should. It is all supply and demand. And this was how I approached it when I got started. I knew that if I could do better and work harder, that I would have a chance. Because I wasn't a photographer. I didn't own a camera before I started my agency. But to me, that didn't matter because I knew that if I'm local, I'm only competing against local people. And if I can work harder and do better, I have a chance. This is hard to tell people when they reach out and ask me, hey, how should I grow my business? How can I market better? I don't just want to tell them work harder, do better. But in reality, if you want to succeed, that is really all you have to do. And what I mean by work harder, do better, I would say doing better here is really adding value. So in this scenario, you're making better pizza. If you make better pizza, people are going to want to work with you, right? But in town one, it doesn't matter. In town two, it matters a lot. And working harder over here, I would say that's probably doing more marketing. Sorry about that. If all else is equal, if all the pizza places in town are the same, if you work harder and do more marketing, meet more people, spread the word, you're probably going to succeed. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to take an honest look at how is my content and am I working hard at my marketing? I really don't think it gets any simpler than this. And I know this is kind of a hard truth, but it also takes time. I just made a long marketing video, so please check that out if you have more questions. It takes a lot of time for this to play out. If you start your pizza place, it's going to take time to market well, to build those relationships. But if you are constantly doing these things, if you're constantly trying to work harder and do better, I don't see a scenario where you lose. I really don't. If you are always making progress, which we can all do, you do not lose if you stay in the game long enough. I know that's a big Alex Hormozy thing too, playing the long game. As long as you're always getting better, as long as you're always working harder to do better, all that stuff, you're going to be okay. You will grow, I promise. All right, just had to get that out there because it's kind of been bugging me. I've wanted an avenue to share this honestly because I just don't see people talking about this. But that's kind of my conviction. So there you go. There you have it. Hope no one's feelings got hurt. Hope you can kind of implement this in your own way. And that's the thing, is that there are no rules or there's no tricks. Go do this marketing thing, go do that marketing thing, or offer this or that. It all comes down to the basics of working harder, doing marketing. And again, I could tell you, oh, go offer free videos or go like contact this way or do that. And like, but the reality is that could already be done in your town and it's not going to work. And so you need to just figure out ways how to be different, how to do better. And it's just different for everyone. So there's no use in trying to say this trick is going to work for everyone because it's not. All right, there you have it. On to the next piece. Well, it's just raining here today, but we just lost power. So my work on my workflow is going to stop for the time being. Unless I had offline mode enabled, but I guess the day is going to take an unexpected turn, so I might be going to the studio after all. It was time for some breakfast anyways. We are here in my future new office space. This is a previous office space, a little loft we built when we built our house. We're starting to clean it out. We're going to put up a wall here so that I have a little bit of separation from our living space, and I can create a nice backdrop with some fun stuff behind me. My desk will be more here. We'll film this way. We've got a window, and it's going to be pretty cool. Today did not go as planned. Some stuff came up, lost power, got power back on, spent more time working on some workflows and some process improvements for a new service we're gonna be offering. I don't know how all these entrepreneurs do it, out doing all this fun stuff every day. Got a lot of work to do, and there's a lot of boring work to building a business. I'm convinced of that now. For a while, I thought, man, am I doing the wrong thing? Because all these other entrepreneurs are off having fun. At least that's the way it appears. Now I know doing the boring work, very important. Part of
what I want to talk about is the off season, because the off season is really difficult, not only in terms of cash flow, but in terms of how you allocate your time. There's tons of things you want to get done. There's tons of things you're trying to do. For me, I'm trying to fill photographers' schedules, trying to have them help with different things and juggle a whole bunch of objectives, and it can just be a mess. And man, I know the reality of, finances. It's so tough. When one of the first off seasons we had with a bigger team was so challenging. I remember just seeing the balance go down and down and down after November. And I thought, man, are we going to be able to get by? And in theory, right, if you're paying people hourly, at least most of your people hourly, as work dips off, you shouldn't be spending as much. But that's just not completely true when you have software and some full-time people, and there's just a lot of expenses that aren't as flexible with your listings, and you're not as efficient. When you send one person out for one shoot, you're not seeing the same margins as if they're out for 3 shoots. It's just not the way it works. We got a line of credit, and thankfully we didn't have to dip into it, but man, it was scary. So I think for me, the hardest thing was, have I failed as an agency owner? Because I thought, man, I must be doing something wrong. And that's just part of it. It's so tough to cash flow the growth of a business. So you're not doing something wrong, but look at your numbers, plan the best you can, then learn and do it differently next year. This never ending, kind of like what I was talking about at the beginning, when you try not to be too busy, but then you don't want to be not busy enough. At least for me, I'm constantly trying to juggle and hold that balance and be able to be really productive with my time, but not so busy that I can't get into some really good work. So it's hard, but I think, again, being in that struggle is a good place to be, because I want to be like that. I want to be able to compete and do really well. And whatever I said on the first clip with those 2 pizza shops, I want to be the one that can compete and do well. I want to work harder and do better. And it's not an easy thing. And if it was easy, everyone would do it. And I realized that early on. It's like, I know if I can just work harder, but it's just a tough place to be. So sorry for rambling a little bit, but didn't get to get out and do much today. So it's going to be kind of a boring vlog, but just keep pushing, stay focused, set some high goals for yourself. Be ambitious in terms of what you think you can achieve. For me, I'm always trying to think bigger and do more, get creative, and set a strong vision for my team. And that's the thing I'm trying to figure out for me in this next year, is how I can really lead well, how I can be efficient with my time, invest my time in the right things to see us grow. I'll end this video. I hope this was helpful. Leave a comment if you want to hear about something, and another video coming soon.